Thanks for joining me for Life in Surround. Today is a very exciting day. I have just learned, along with many of you and others all around the world, that number 10 in the Surround series from Super Deluxe Edition will be the 50th anniversary Blu-ray of Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells. Now, this Blu-ray, per usual with the Surround series from SDE, is packed, okay? It not only has a 2023 Atmos mix, brand new. All right, and then we have the 2009 5.1 mix from Mike Oldfield himself. It was available losslessly as a download for a while, but I certainly missed that window of opportunity, as did many, many people. So a lossless version of his mix has been on many, many a wish list, mine included. So you no longer need to spin the DVD video from this here set. You can now get Mike Oldfield's 5.1 mix from 2009 on this Blu-ray. Next up, we have the 1975 quadraphonic mix, which, unless you are a nutter like me, you could have heard it on this Japanese SACD losslessly. You could have heard it in this CD set called Boxed. Now, that's also lossless, but it's also not high definition or high resolution, right? It was also released, the box set, as LPs. All right, so that's the 1975 quad mix. It's going to be lossless and, I presume, discrete here on the Blu-ray. And for completion's sake, let's not neglect to talk about the 1973 quad mix, which most people say isn't really worth listening to. It was an abortive effort, in the words of one of the engineers on the project. Okay, so it does exist on CD4 and Q8 if you really must seek it out. All right, so what this set doesn't include would be Mike Oldfield's 2003 complete re-recording and 5.1 mix of the album. And I happen to like this 2003 DVD audio quite a lot. So if you've never checked it out, Tubular Bells 2003, I think it's worth it. It does include the original 1973 stereo mix, but just not the 1973 quad mix. There are some other extras that have come out in Tubular Bells sets over the years, such as demos and stuff like that. That isn't going to be included here. In my opinion, no omission here is a major glaring omission, okay? We are getting a fresh Atmos mix. We're getting Mike Oldfield's 5.1 mix, lossless. We're getting the original 1973 mix, in case you want to spin that up in high-res lossless. We're getting an excerpt from the abandoned Tubular Bells 4, among a few other things. So this is a great, great value. Shipped to me in the United States, once again, like around $40. We have something that was legitimately on my wish list. It's a standalone product. Mike Oldfield isn't asking $300 to buy a 50th set. It includes, in my opinion, the most essential versions of this record. And the other versions are still out there should you want to seek them out. I will provide the link below. All you got to do is hit the pre-order button, and this thing eventually will be headed on your way. Now, I understand if you've heard Tubular Bells like a zillion times and you're just no longer interested. I am tempted to say that at times I'm there, sort of like with Dark Side of the Moon. But a release receiving like fresh treatment, and particularly if this new Atmos mix is a knockout, that could reinvigorate interest for me, as I'm sure for others. So I think this is a profoundly wonderful addition to the Surround series, number 10, Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells. I don't know how Paul does it, but he managed to get a new Atmos mix combined with Mike Oldfield's 5.1 mix, a very cool quad version of the album, never approved by Mike Oldfield, by the way. And an interesting listen, although I'm going to wager that the 5.1 or the Atmos will end up being the most satisfying long term. But it sure is nice to have it included in this package. I admire the attention to detail and just the ability for Paul to bring together all these different audio streams for so many wonderful releases to date. This is how Blu-ray audio should be done. So I appreciate you, Paul. Appreciate you, Super Deluxe Edition. Appreciate everyone watching, and especially those who join me on the pre-order. I want these pre-orders for titles that really mean something to you to be extremely strong, because this series is definitely sending a message to others in the industry. And I want that message to be overwhelmingly positive, that other labels can benefit from being dedicated to Blu-rays with top quality versions of the albums that they've had mixed at an affordable price without unnecessary bells and whistles. So happy shopping. Let everyone know what you think about Tubular Bells, about this pre-order, about the Surround series, about Super Deluxe Edition, anything else you like. Let everyone know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, along with any support that you feel like giving this channel, such as visiting my eBay store. I will leave the link below. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, live life in surround.